Hey, how's it going? Hey, Slam, how's it going? Forget exactly how many of the villagers they want me to talk to, so I'll run through and talk to them all again. This is how I meet my neighbors too. I just march into the house, strike up conversation. Usually with polite. Get you here. Get you here. Well, they got back fast. My cat was nowhere near my water. How'd she get her in there? Oh well. Hey, Wise, how's it going? No. Hey, Zipper. Gonna get through this real quick.
Oh, hi. I'm Ellen, by the way.
You're a good boy. Right, boy? Good boys. Watch the TV. There you go. Watch TV. I'll be back at night. Precious. Yeah. Stuff before I lose daylight. But yeah, Wise Guy saying not much, just chilling. Sup Zipper, sup Slam. Justin saying, hey Wise Guy, hey Z. Zipper saying, not much, thanks for asking. Hope everyone is doing well. We are. Happy Sunday Fun Day, says Justin. Hey J, says Zippy. Tuesday, second of spring, money, I've got $100. You know, so disappointed. Iron as always. That's what you're saying, Justin. Characters have a little nibble. It's the sweet one. Or what was that? That was like, you know what it is. Rocks, beat him. never fills up. It's too full. There are no shipping today. Okay, bye. It's not gonna be shipping for a while, bud. Oh, you know what? There. And 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I do love swinging the axe. Very fulfilling. Especially in real life. I had why does he say I had Tex-Mex? I don't know why I was having trouble saying it. Food for dinner. It was delicious. I'm going to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Yeah, man, you go have fun. Whoop. There we go. All right. Oh, nope, that's my dog whistle. Let's see. Nope, yeah. There we go. Take care, Wise. Nice zipper. All right. Get some water in there. Switch on over to this guy. Oh, let me do that. One, two, three. And two. Now I could, but do I want to? Yeah, I'll just do it this way. Way that I'm used to. Ooh, coin. Nice. What was I gonna? Oh yeah. This. So how was your Sunday, Z? Yeah, how was your Sunday? Pretty relaxing. Thanks for asking. How about yours? How was your day, Justin? Yeah, here we go.
Ugh.
Okay, time for bed. How much money did I get? Oh, $10. There's a $10 coin. Good boy. Want to have dinner? Sit right here. Actually, you could have the seat. Want this seat? There you go. Oh, I got something to do. Come on, boy. You sleep on the bed too. It was a pretty good day, but it didn't do much. I think that's all of us. Hey, sunny tomorrow. Nope. Nothing I can really do in town. Fill up the water can. Water my crops. Some of the bushes. More land ready. I don't know what I found. The berry of power tree. Yeah, and I feel better. Clear this out. Et a croissant. Yarn. And you not so much. Get out of here. No shipping. Get out of here. Okay. Let me do that. Not to do this. Actually, You know, you're a mole. I like you. You're pretty nice. You get to live inside. Here you go. Brought you a friend. Yeah, getting tired. What's up, TL? I'm messing with you on Discord. Nothing bad. Hey, Red. Putting some more naughty photos of me on there. Are you? Of course you are. Grass. Should have done this day one. That's right. I don't think we water this, right? Okay, it just grows on its own. Okay. What was I gonna do? You know what? As long as I got the energy. A funny cat meme. It's like the one where I was eating the cat. Getting tired. Oh. Oh. Feeling pooped. Yeah, let's see what we can get. Go up here. Got those flowers there. And those berries. And that cave. And the hot springs. No, just a meme that hits home for me since you know house cats, we have one, the other two are outside. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure where mine is right now. I'm guessing she's upstairs sleeping on my coat. I was about to say cat. On one of my jackets. It's the berry of wild grape. Don't eat it. Actually, let's toss that. Yeah, those over there. Can I get those? I forget. By the way. Oh, that's right. I can't get over there, son of a bitch. I want those flowers. Oh well. Squirrel! Can't pick them up. I'll just grab these. These are nice. It's 9:30. Do you know where your kittens are? Yeah, like upstairs, sleeping in my coat. She's a 16-year-old kitten, but yeah, still a little kitty. Little kitty on the inside. Oh, yeah, Haunted Ranch? Hey, good luck. I'm Eve. Nice to meet you. Here you are. It's from me. Oh. Best thing to recover from fatigue is to relax. Do you all in the chat agree? Best thing to do is relax. And drink a giant pitcher of beer. Or sorry, cider. This is a children's game after all. It's a pitcher of cider. Okay, let's see. Still tired. Okay, that's fine. 2, 7. Oh. Okay. Out of energy. That's all right. I'll have more in the morning. Yeah, I found a big can of beer. I apparently forgot about getting it cold. Classic Red Show. Shall write in my journal. Weather. The only channel. Gonna be sunny tomorrow. Hear that, boy? It's gonna be sunny out. You know what? I should take you outside. Just run around. It's fine. Oh no! I didn't mean to do that. Fucker. Now it looks ugly. No! Oh, I gotta walk. What am I thinking? Use that. Known me for 2 months and you already know that's classic. Wish I could find that whiskey bottle from 3 years ago that I misplaced. It's a good thing Butch misplaced that switchblade of his. Yeah, let's go break some rocks. I'm in a rock breaking mood. Justin, my cats broke into the house because I was late feeding them. How many times do I have to hit this fucking rock? Fuck. No more banging rocks. Chuck 'em. Chuck rock. A game I used to play a lot as a kid. On the Super Nintendo. Came through the crawl space and through a hole in the floor under the kitchen sink. Oh, resourceful. Them kitties are little sneaks, aren't they? Just imagine if they, like, took something and hid it from me. No shipping? Nope, no shipping. Good somewhere. Right. Oh, time transition. another one of these. Gonna try to woo the lady. It's my homemade fruit juice. Do you want it? Yes. I'll kiss you if you can drink it.
Well,
Whoa. Hey, I'm just kidding. Oh, fucking tease. That's okay. I like him teasing. I like when they tease. Gives me hope. Fucking ugly little square. I can't believe I accidentally did that. Just reset the whole game because of this. Ah! Ah! Okay, already watered. Alright, we're going to bed. You know, hold on a second. Fucking hate you. Ah. Yeah, itchy nose. It's water. Check the weather. It's gonna be rainy tomorrow. I don't have to water the plants. I'm forgetting something. Daytime. Time to put the dog out. Go. Hey, you're sprouting up. That one. Yep. Some for you. And for you. And for you. And for you. And also for you. And finally, for you. Wait, is this a Zelda mod? Yes it is. There's a company called Natsume. Serious fun is their slogan. And they did a Zelda 3 mod called the Harvest Moon. What was it gonna be? Oh, I got some. Damn, I feel dumb. There's something I wanted to do. The bar's not open until later. Oh, hey. Grandpa's so strict. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, there's like nothing I can do in town at the moment. Nom, 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 These guys. If you could live in like a little town like this, say like, what is it, northern Minnesota or some shit? That's what it feels like to me. Like, would you live in a small town like this, little farming town? Would you give up living in the city if it meant that you could have a farm and you could try to make it? The bar open? Oh no, it's not open, but she's gone. Eve, my love, where'd you go? Little kid, did you see Eve? No. Thanks a lot. Smells good. Yes, I do. I'll come here and drink every night. Yep. It's all been watered, right? Yeah. So, fill that back up. Grab my little doggy. Go to bed. Come here, boy. That's what I named the dog, in case you're wondering. His name is Boy. So that way I can say he's a good, boy. Right, it's raining. You can stay inside. Watch TV. Son needs some rain. Yeah, that boy. You get to go out tomorrow. He's coming in. I forget if I could chop that right now. These are already watered, right? So that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't think I could harvest that yet. I think I have to wait until fall, right? And then I can get the feed. Let me just double check. Yeah, I gotta wait until it turns another color. Alright, so I shall put this back. I shall continue breaking rocks. I like the rain. I like working in the rain. Rain feels good. I don't feel as hot. When I worked in lawn service, I actually had to work out in the rain quite often. It wasn't a problem for me since I actually do like rain. I like standing out in it. But I was walking around with a big old spreader and a granular, bunch of granular lawn fertilizer. And we had like shower caps that wrapped over the spreader to keep particles and stuff out of there. But every once in a while, I would need to refill it. That meant having to take the shower cap off. And that would mean rain would get inside. Not only that, but sometimes the rain would be coming down so hard that it would form a little puddle on top of my shower cap. And water would get into the spreader that way. And when that granular fertilizer got wet, it would clump up like sand. I like sand. It gets everywhere, and it's hot, and it's coarse. What am I doing? Toss these. Oh. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and a 6. Oh, I'm on my ass. I'll do this last one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Perfect amount. Toss all these out. Got so late into the evening that the rain no longer makes noise. Anybody have any rain-related stories? Either, like, having to do with work, or maybe something funny happened. And don't everybody type at once. And there's only like one other person besides me watching right now. Came here in this rain? I'm so glad. Hey, I think she's starting to like me. Let's go read her diary. I don't think she'll mind. On the diary. Read. 1 heart. Oh, just 1. Came all this way out in the rain. Go deliver flowers to a cute girl. She says she likes them. And she's really happy that I went out there in the rain to go see her. And all I have is 1 heart. How you doing, boy? You good boy? Good boy. Hey, you sat. Come here, boy. Come here. Yeah, good boy. Ow. Take a look at the news. Gonna be raining tomorrow, too. Excellent day. Oh, water key. Water, 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 water. 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't move from that spot. Ow, ow, ow. Sunday. Is the bar open on Sunday or is it closed on Monday? I forget. No, I forget to let the dog out. Eve, my dear, I'm coming, and you're closed. Fuck. Preparing? What are you preparing for? Eve, Eve, open up. Eve. Yeah, they're closed on Sunday. Okay. I'm gonna do one more day and then I'll start winding this down. Check the weather and raining tomorrow too. Look at that. I was telling Oki and Dave he was streaming. Hey, nice. Yeah, they probably got the notifications when I started playing the game. Oh, look at that. Our crops came in. Hell yeah. Alright, let's see. So that'll be enough to get those. Monday, the spring. How much money do I got? Oh, I got 200 right now. Oh. Get some turnips too. You know what? Let's see. Yeah, they got Diablo. You got Diablo going, I should probably buy it. But I have enough games to stay busy for years already. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way too. But I still buy games anyway. Can't really go buying anything at the moment. I've got less than $500 to last me until the end of the month. And I still have to renew my vehicle registration, and that's already $150. Oh, money's gonna be tight. Oh, stretch. Some turnip seeds up here. How much are these again? 500 for grass. No. I see. Avis, I'm a little disappointed in you. You know, I'll go back to my place. Yeah, man, I know about bills for sure. If it wasn't for friends, we could have lost it all a few times. Yeah, that's very, very true. Buddy Dom has been a lifesaver on more than one occasion. Not to say that I'm irresponsible with my finances, I just fall on fucking tough times, hard times every once in a while. I'm otherwise pretty good with my money, but it just seems like shit just keeps happening. You know, when it rains, it pours. Yeah, it does, dude. That is for certain. Timing saying that with the game. Yeah. Do I have enough energy? Nope. Alright. Time to go get a flower and drop it off. Eve, my love, my life. Man, you are AI like you're reading a teleprompter. Am I? Do I really sound like that? She's so glad. Alright, let's check her diary now. Read. One heart. Fuck! Love me! Love me! Love me! Ugh. Go walk down the road. And thus our hero prepares for bed. Writing in his journal and saying goodnight to his viewers. I shall save it here. And yeah. I don't know, you guys want to talk for a little bit? At all? Anything? I'm just gonna have some water. You guys type stuff. And then I'll respond. And yeah, and then I'll call it quits. Justin, you say, sorry TL, I'm lurking. Tor is driving home and streaming it. So I'm hanging in his chat while he drives to keep him company and keep him awake. That's good, yeah. It's like 3 or 4 a.m. there. Oh damn. Where does Tor live? Let's see. 3 or 4 a.m. So 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 5 hours. So like Spain, Portugal, maybe? Ireland. Justin, You mean your Norwegian hunk and his wife? Oh, Norwegian. Okay. I thought they would be like a good 7 hours ahead of us. Yeah, it's probably closer to like 4 a.m. For them, considering that we just hit daylight savings time. So that means like we're an hour closer to them now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like 4 a.m. Yeah. What do you guys want to talk about? I wish there wasn't such a big delay on the game to the stream itself. I've reduced it to as low as I could possibly get it, and I'm still getting a little bit of a delay. Wish it wasn't as bad. I wish I'd be able to respond to you guys in real time. That'd be nice. That's why it doesn't feel like 10. Dang, that time screws me up. Yeah, man. I hate daylight savings time. It's completely unnecessary. I mean, it was necessary more than 100 years ago for people in farms, people with farms, but not today. Not really. Not at all. I wish it was something that we can get rid of, but it was like made permanent. But what's the point of it nowadays? The rest of the world doesn't do it, right? Why are we the special ones? I just find it absolutely unnecessary. Easy for me to say since I'm not a farmer. My delay is less than most streams. Oh, okay. That's good to know. I know in some cases when I'm watching Oki stream, like it's almost instant. Sometimes it's almost instant. And then sometimes the delay is horrendous. And of course, if I mute the video and I switch tabs, then it just like pauses his video altogether. Like, oh, if you don't have any sound playing from this video, we're going to pause the stream on your end. Yeah, farming is what started it, but now combines have headlights. Yeah. Farming seems like it'd be a really cool profession. I mean, I certainly don't have the stamina or willpower for it, but yeah, it seems like it's cool. I gotta respect farmers. Anybody that does like a hard or menial job, something laborious, you gotta respect them for it. You gotta show them that what they're doing matters. Even if it's like really shitty things like just digging ditches on the side of the road, no one else wants to do that shit. So, you see somebody doing that or you hear someone doing that, be like, yeah, I know your job sucks, but I mean, you are the person that is making a difference. Kind of rely on you. So thank you. Let's see what's going on. Anything going on in the world? Looking at a picture right now. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, my buddy got made fun of in school for being a farmer, and now his equipment costs more than a Mercedes. And if he's a farmer, then I'm guessing he's got, a good chunk of change. He can afford a Mercedes easily, right? I mean, if you have a farm, that means you have farmland. If you have farmland, that means you have land value. And if you have land value, then you probably have people that want to buy your land. And if they want to buy it, then you could set the price. Like let them negotiate, but start high obviously. And man, you can make a lot of money off of that. Play the long game as a farmer. That's what none of these like Harvest Moon games take into consideration. It's like, yeah, I got this farm. What if I just want to sell it? What if I want to sell this plot? Oh, and just like get extra cash. But no, all these farms are inherited from our dead grandfathers. We don't want to give them up. We want to make them last. We want to make them thrive. I mean, if this was Grandpa's farm, why does it look like shit? It's got these giant rocks and tree stumps all over the place. And then again, they're tree stumps too. So what happened to the trees? Somebody just came over and chopped them all down. They never planted anything over there. Grandpa had a really small farm. He didn't even have any spot for crops. His fence was like really close to the property. His secret garden was in shambles. Nothing was growing there. You got a jacked up Ford loaded that will haul tail in a nice house with a lot of acreage. He's one of my old Magic playing group. Or he's of? No, okay. Nice. So you got a farmer buddy who used to get picked on in college because it was or not college, but like was it college, high school, in school. Just somebody who got picked on in school for being a farmer, who was also one of your Magic buddies. You talk to him a lot, talk to him at all, hang out still. And I don't know what I'd do without my friends. Like my two best friends. Like I used to have an inner circle of 5, my 5 closest friends. But now it's kind of been scattered and reduced in ways, or it's certainly changed. So it used to be that my friends, like my inner circle would be Dom, Nehemiah, Art, Eric, and Harvey, Chris Harvey. It's like for Dom, well, he kept moving. He was living with his folks. His folks kept moving until eventually he moved down to central Illinois. And back in 2014 or late 2013, he was like, "Hey, you want to move down here?" I was like, "Yeah." So I moved down here with him. Back in 2005, when I was living in Colorado, the idea was that I was going to get everything prepared so that way he would move out there in 2006, come hang out with me. I was going to try to hook him up with a job at Intel since they had just built a plant out there. Uh, yeah, we keep in touch, you say Red Show, on Facebook. Never got together. Oh, or never get together. That's a shame. Should always try to hang out with your friends when you can. I understand that like some people may be long distance and stuff, but there's always like something that you guys may be able to do. Go hang out somewhere. Go to an amusement park or something. I don't know. Go to a convention. See if there's like a video game convention or a comic book or like a movie convention in town. Like for me, my favorite convention is Gen Con. And unfortunately, I don't have any friends outside of the area that'll show up there. But whenever I go, I'm always with my best friend. So, but yeah, like my inner circle always had us 5. So Don was always moving, but we live in the same town now. Nehemiah and I, we used to share an apartment. We we look, like I think I've told you guys this before, but one of my best friends, Nehemiah, he was like the exact opposite of me, but we were very similar people. And we met right as we were starting high school. We met the summer before high school. And it was a lot like that moment from Game of Death. Um like the movie that Bruce Lee was filming when he died. And like in Game of Death, there's that tower he has to ascend and like every floor there's a boss that he has to fight. And one of them was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And in that scene, he gets on Kareem's floor, and Kareem is sitting in a chair in the middle of the room, and he just stands up, and this 7 foot motherfucker is just towering over Bruce Lee. That's exactly what it felt like for me. So I had this friend who was like, "Oh, hey, I just met this kid. He says he could draw better than you." I was known for being a pretty good artist as a kid. And I was like, "Oh yeah, well, show me the little shit." I said, those were my exact words. Show me the little shit. And so my buddy takes me over to his house. We're hanging out, playing games, and he's like, "Oh, hey, you want to meet that kid that I was telling you about?" I was like, "Yeah." And so we go around the corner, and there's like these hedge bushes that are taller than me, so I can't see anything. But when I come around the corner and I face the house, I'm standing at the end of the little sidewalk that leads up to the front door, and there he is, sitting on a rocking chair on the front porch, and he stands up, and I look up right at him. I'm like 30 feet away, but I'm looking up at him, and I'm like, "He's not so little, is he?" Were my exact words that I said to myself in that voice. It was really funny. And then we started comparing pictures that we had drawn, like a dick measuring contest for people who draw. And he was like into a lot of mecha, and his favorite thing in the whole world back then was the Guyver, Guyver, the bio, the what was it, the biomechanical armor. Um, there was a movie back in like 1990 or so that had Mark Hamill in it, if you remember. Um, but yeah, he was a part of my inner circle, and yeah, talking about the whole rival thing was that like we instantly became best friends, but he was the Piccolo to my Goku, sort of, right? And although I looked nothing like him, I was the shorter, chubby white kid, and he was the taller, thin black kid. Guyver movies, heck yeah, yeah, dude, I fucking love those movies. Even the second one, like the second one is way more graphic. Like what is it? Guyver Dark something. Dark Hunter? I forget. But yeah. The second movie for its violence and the first movie for its production value. And they had some great costumes for the Zoonoids. Those were some amazing costumes. Um but yeah, we were rivals who instantly became really good friends. We became best friends, always hanging out with each other, always playing video games. But like we were always trying to compare ourselves to one another. Um in terms of like hobbies. So like I thought I could draw better, he thought he could draw better. So we would have like drawing contests. And then in high school, there was a girl named Christian who used to hang out with us. She would hang out with both of us. We would all hang out together. We would all go get food together. We would all play video games together. We shared classes together at school. And both me and Nehemiah, we liked the same girl. And we both tried getting her attention. Be like, "Hey, you hang out with us, notice us." She didn't like either of us, but she hung out with us because we were nerds like her. She just didn't like us. Hey, Coma, what's going on? I'm talking about my past here. I'm done playing the game. I was only gonna sink like an hour into it. I'm just kind of telling stories. It's story time with TL right now. But yeah, Nehemiah and I, best of friends, best of rivals, and my kitty cat showed up. Hey, Berta, you woke up. You have a good nap? Good girl. Scratching her butt. I should launch a podcast, you say, Red. And Coma agrees. Yeah, but if I do a podcast, I don't want to do that shit alone. I don't have enough material to go off on my by myself. I mean, the best I'm gonna do is like go online and read news articles that other people wrote. But yeah. So Dan was in my inner circle. Nehemiah was in my inner circle. My buddy Art, uh, back in like 2005 or 2006. I would say 2005. 2005, he moved out from California. He used to live in the SoCal area, so like around LA, and moved out to Illinois. Like he loves the California, like the weather, but he can't stand living out there. Way too expensive. He didn't like the people. Um, very what late night shows made a killing reading headlines? Yeah, they did, but they also had like funny TV personalities and uh and good co-hosts that could play off of them. What was I saying? Oh yeah, but my buddy Art, like, he still lives here in Illinois. He lives a good like 3.5, maybe 4 hours away. Um, and every week we get together online. Every like Wednesday night, we get together, play some games. Me, Dom, him, and another friend of mine named Beverly, who I met living down here back when I first started at State Farm. There's a couple of friends that are now like in my inner circle that I met the very first day that I started working at State Farm. We were all in the same training class together. I'll tell you about that in a little bit too. But yeah, Art's still up north. He plans on moving to Wisconsin, but every week we get online and we play a game. We keep pulling him into survival based games. Sometimes they're action based survival games. Currently, we're playing V Rising. We're trying to get through that, but man, fighting bosses is really pissing us off. And my cat's rubbing her butt against the microphone. What was I gonna say? So yeah, he's a part of my inner circle. Then there was my friend Eric. Eric and Dom were like best of friends during their college years. They were always hanging out, and yeah, like where Dom is the straight shooter, Eric was the troublemaker. Eric was the mad scientist. And I mean that like legit. He was a fucking mad scientist. He was always doing shit that he shouldn't be doing, adding chemicals together that he shouldn't be adding, fucking with electronics in weird ways. But he was a very creative person. He liked to compose music. He liked to build shit that shouldn't be built. Just weird. He was like the best mad scientist friend that you could ask for. And then, like, several times throughout his life, he's having like a crisis of identity. And it was a few years back, I don't know, like 5, 6 years ago. Eric became Erica, and really that was the last time we saw him because he moved down to Chicago, changed his lifestyle, and I don't know. I just feel like one of my best friends. Like we were just a chapter in his book. It's closed. Uh, and then there was Chris Harvey. Harvey. We just called him Harvey because there were too many Chris's in our friends group. Like my buddy Dom has a brother named Chris, and like there was another dude that hung out with us named Chris. We called him by his last name as well. The only person that had the rights reserved to Chris was Dom's little brother. So our friend Harvey, as we just called him by his last name, he was a cool dude. He was probably um, the most sane one of us, the most logical one of us. But man, did he love cracking jokes at people because he was pretty smart at catching on to funny shit. We were just talking about a podcast today. Oh, that's cool, Justin. I mean, I'd love to join a podcast um as like a guest or something. Again, I'm not sure what the hell I would talk about if I did a podcast. I would like it to be meaningful. Maybe not necessarily to myself, but to like somebody. Have some type of impact, resonate with an audience. I don't know what I'll talk about though. Damn, TL, that's rough, man. I thought my life was crazy, and yes, it is, and was. Oh, dude, I've told you guys some pretty crazy shit, and I'll some of that stuff bears repeating just because of how cool it is or how crazy it is. Like I've been run over by a car. I've been shot in the back. I have fallen down and raked my back against sharp equipment at work. Things like that. Um, like I almost got crushed by a semi truck when I fell asleep in my car one winter. But yeah, Harvey was a cool dude, and Harvey loved to not only play D&D games with us, but he loved being a DM as well. And I think his biggest passion was being a was mastering a game of Dark Heresy, the Warhammer 40K RPG, like Dark Heresy and uh, 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 I'm trying to remember the names of the other books. Or Rogue Trader. Rogue Trader was like my favorite. You got hit by an S10 on your bicycle. What's an S10? S10, S10. What is that? A Volkswagen? I don't know what an S10 is off the top of my head. I can only guess. You're gonna have to tell me that. Um, what was I saying? But yeah, Harvey was a part of my inner circle. But Harvey was always kind of like his own person. He also had another group of friends that he would hang out with. And when he and my first girlfriend got married, that's another story. Um, yeah, they moved to Naperville, and I believe they've been there ever since. And they have some yuppie friends that they hang out with all the time now. Haven't spoken to him in a couple of years, but you know, he's living his other life, which is cool. Oh, a Chevy truck. Wow, got hit by a Chevy truck on your bicycle. Damn. Now that is rough. I'll tell you the story about my vehicular accident at some point real soon, maybe tonight too. But yeah, so those were my inner five. So that was Dom, Nehemiah, Art, Eric, and Harvey. Uh, I had an uncle named Harvey. He hit a tree when he was 10 or 11. He hit a tree. Like, did he like smack it with his hand, or did he run into it head first? Did he ride a bicycle into it? Did he steal a vehicle and drive it into it? Did he joyride into it? Or am I getting all this wrong and the tree like attacked him first? But yeah, those are my inner five. And of that inner five, it's Dom, Nehemiah, and Art. Except Art is the only one who lives far away. Nehemiah has always been living with his parents. He's a year older than me, but he's always lived with his folks for the most part. There have been times where he's moved out, but his parents, like, they need a lot of help around the house. Like, they can take care of themselves financially, but they don't have the strength to care for themselves anymore because he's got old parents, and his dad is really, really, really sick. Every time I see him, he looks good. Um, but Cat, you're playing a risky game. You need a fucking move. Get off the desk. Yeah, get off the desk. You've been pressing keys last time. Somehow you messed up my game. You stay right there. You stay right on me. There we go. All right. You don't move anywhere. You belong to me. This is your life now. Almost died a couple years ago. That's why I started playing video games again. Huh. Oh, he wrecked it and died. Oh, shit. Sorry to hear that, man. Oh, when you were 10 or 11. Oh, I misread that the first time I looked at it. I thought you said that he was 10 or 11. Yeah, it sucks, man. But yeah, fortunately, like, oh, okay. I did some Duke Boy stuff and totaled my van. Funny. Did you like launch it into the sky? waiting for your response. I'll wait for it in a little bit. But yeah, like two of my inner five moved to this town that I'm living in. First it was Dom, and then I moved down here, moved in with Dom because it was him and his brother Chris. So Chris moved down here because his girlfriend moved down here to go to ISU. And so when he moved down here, she had gone to college and then went somewhere else or something like that. Chris, being in the military, was shipped off overseas. And so Dom, who was living with his brother, was like, "Hey, I don't want to pay for this place all on my own. You want to move in and help me with the bills?" I was like, "Fuck yeah." So moved down here. I tricked a Wendy's into I told him I was a transfer from up north. And they're like, "Okay, well, you start tomorrow. Come in at this time." I'm like, perfect. And yeah. And then it wasn't only until recently, just November last year, that my other buddy Nehemiah, he moved down here because his parents wanted to move down to Georgia where they've lived before. And we even had like a whole going away party. Be like, "Nehemiah, we're never going to see you again." He's like, "Well, maybe I can come up and visit sometime." He's like the biggest procrastinator in the world. He was never going to make that trip. But then we heard some news like a month later saying, "Oh, hey, guess what? We're moving to Bloomington because my dad needs to be close to a VA hospital. And like we couldn't find anything in that area. So we're moving to your town." Fuck, yeah. And he also moved like not too far away from where we used to live in town. It was actually a pretty nice neighborhood. Red, you say, "I did a 180 according to the girl behind me into a tree after going airborne off of a 5-foot culvert at 60 miles an hour." Wow. Did a 180 according to a girl behind you into a tree. 180 into a tree after going airborne. Oh, wow. And that was in your van. Jeez. What's funny is both Dom and Nehemiah had vans. They had conversion vans. These big old Ford vans. And man, do they love those vans. Nehemiah says he'd like to get another one someday. But those things are expensive. They're like fucking $70,000, $80,000. It's nuts. In the meantime, my buddy Dom got himself a truck. Uh, kind of needed it too because he's a big dude. He used to be over 400 pounds. Recently, he's gotten under, but he's also like 6'4", so he's like monstrous. Insert Dukes of Hazard horn music here. Honda Odyssey are good vehicles. Yeah, are they? I don't know. Never driven one. Never owned a Honda. I've had two Hyundais. Hyundai. Um, but yeah, it's funny how like two of my best friends are living in the same town that I lived in after we've all moved away from each other. We just kind of converged. I wouldn't know what I'd do without these two guys. Because even of my inner five, these two are the most important people to me. And although that the other three are either far away or are no longer in that inner five, I do have some replacement friends. And these are all people that I met while working at State Farm. Um, like one of them I mentioned, her name is Beverly. She's a really big girl, but she's like really jolly and jovial. Like loves like is laughing all the time. Uh, Very funny because she like gets things wrong all the time, like says the wrong things or just doesn't know stuff. Um, and what's funny is like she became attracted to our group because we turned her on to the idea of D&D. She had never played anything like D&D before, maybe some board games, but let's just say Master gave Dobby a D20. Dobby now has a dice was it obsession, right? He has a dice obsession. And she'll go to conventions and she'll just buy like the most exquisite looking D20 sets that she could find. Like even like some super sparkly ones made of glass or whatever. That come inside of a container that's shaped and colored just like a dragon egg. Like a dragon egg with scales. Oh, Berta, I didn't leave you out. And then there's Berta, my cat. Been with me for 16 years. Ever since she was 3 weeks old. She has no interest in D&D. But yeah, Beverly's a part of my circle. She's one of those friends that I can call up and be like, "Hey, you want to play a video game?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." She bought parts to build her own PC last year. She's never done it before. And I said, "Well, I'll put it together for you." So, slap that together. Now she has a gaming rig. It's her first gaming PC ever. And yeah, she's having a lot of fun with that. Um, Another friend, Adam, met him at the same exact time when I started working at State Farm. We were all in training together. Adam is what we describe as a dwarven Viking. Dwarves are his favorite fantasy race. This guy also like really loves D&D, but you would never know it because he's always talking about like alpha Chad shit. Like he's always into sports and everything. Like he'll talk about sports all damn day. And like he's very stout. He's got little bit of a belly, but he's got like fucking strong dwarven arms. He's like stronger than all of us. He's always smiling. He's got that like he's got that Scandinavian hair to him. That blonde hair. And this dude just exudes charisma. Like everybody loves him, and all the women that love him also fucking hate him. This is one of those guys who's like, "Hey, let me introduce you to my girlfriend." Hey, oh, she's gonna have your kid now. Okay, sorry. Damn. It's not like that's what he's trying to do. It just happens. It just happens to be that. Well, I met this girl, right? And there's a good possibility that she's 6 weeks pregnant. He was always sleeping around, but he has a family that he now like has devoted way more time to, and his kids, which come from different moms, they don't always live with him, but we almost always see them all together when we go to his house for D&D. They're um they're like always together as a family. He's a very vulgar person, very vulgar, very rude, unapologetic. But damn, he knows how to talk. He really knows how to talk. He knows how to talk to people. Knows how to talk to women. I've tried getting him to help me out sometimes, but nah, he never comes through. Way more interested in his own life than others. And the third person, um, this person I met while I was working at State Farm. Her name is Kara. Kara is Kara is my ultra liberal friend. Like, I'm a right sider. I'm a right side close to the center, but she is like fucking die hard left. Like the type of person who went out to the White House during the inaugurations to go protest Trump. That's who she is. Her and her boyfriend Thaddeus. But are they good friends? Or is she a good friend? She's a fucking fantastic friend. I remember like when meeting her at State Farm, like I'd be walking past her desk, um, which was on the other side of the office. I noticed that she had some Batman stuff, and I complimented her on that because she loves Batman. She loves comic books. She is a huge comic nerd. And it's like you wouldn't know by looking at her. Like her hair, like maybe you could actually. Her hair is usually um blue and purple, like a combination where like if she opens up her hair, flips it open, you'll see different colors underneath, but it's always like one color on the outside. She's as thin as a wooden plank and has constant resting bitch face. And she is the most honest person out of all of us. And I think that's what makes her really funny. And Yeah, she's otherwise just like a really cool friend. She's one of those people where like I can show up at the house unannounced and she'll be like, come on in. We'll sit on the couch. We'll just bullshit about subculture and then be like, oh, well, Thaddeus needs to go get picked up. So I need to go get him. I'll be like, yeah, sure. But like we'll just like have dinner, just hang out and be buds. It's always a lot of fun. Let's see. Do yeah, 6'4" is normal, and the Honda is what I messed up. Ooh. But yeah, I'd say that I've got a good group of friends, but still, my like two best friends are the ones from my original Inner Five circle, and I'm so happy that they've moved down here. Uh, I don't know what I would do without them. I'd certainly fucking break down and cry. Life would be a hell of a lot harder without those guys. Otherwise, I'd probably be living with my parents again because I would have fucked up financially for a third time. I really need their help too ever since I've been out of a job back in December. December 20th, my company let me go. It was summer last year, working at an optical lab that the company that owned us, Kepler, sold the lab off to another company, the biggest optical conglomeration in the whole fucking world, Essler Luxottica. And Essler bought us, and they were testing the waters with us to see what their purchase was like. It was a really fast sale, I'll say that. Like Kepler wasted no time selling us off, and Essler at Eslux, um, they took no time in deciding whether or not they should buy us. And when they did purchase us, they put this one executive in charge named Joe. He was like a VP, and he announced like, "Hey, you're now a part of our brand, and I gotta tell you, really looking forward to working with you guys. We got a lot of good things lined up." And we're like, "Okay, that sounds cool." And then 3 months later, news comes about, yeah, we're selling the lab, and we're shutting you down, or like we're shutting down the lab. We're not selling it off. They're shutting it down, and everybody's losing their jobs. Your final day is going to be December 20th, the weekend right before Christmas. So we had 2 months to wait until our fate was sealed, until the final day. There was a lot of cleaning up of equipment in that lab, a lot of disassembling machines, moving stuff out the dumpsters. It was a lot of work. More work that I had done in those last 2 weeks than I had like ever done at that lab. So I worked in the office. I was administration. I was a practice support specialist. Uh, but yeah, losing that job was really tough on me. I was making good money doing what I did. I was making $22.60 an hour. But now my ass has been busted back down to 17, which isn't bad, but I mean, it's more than $5 less than what I was making before. Fortunately, there is commission involved in my new job. 2% of sales of whatever the customer pays. And in optical, patients can spend quite a lot of money. Yeah, it's a thing. What are the benefits like? Well, um, full benefits, so medical, dental, all that stuff. Like matching 401ks. So really good benefits. I've had the benefits before. They're not they're not the best benefits. I'll say that. But I do get access to everything. Um, the only benefit that they don't provide, which is ironic, is vision. I didn't see that on there. But to be perfectly honest, I don't recall having vision last time either. I think they just let us have it. Um, because it's our job. But I remember last time when I was working directly under Kepler, they would give you a $400 voucher every year to, you know, get updated lens prescriptions and buy new frames. And that 400 bucks can really go a long way. Before then, it used to be, oh, you get 2 free orders every year. That was really nice because then I could get myself eyeglasses for when I'm driving or for when I'm like going to the movie theaters or looking at TV screens from far away, and then sunglasses, which I keep out in the car. Wait, I'm following you, but I can't tell if you're yanking my chain. What do you mean? Right, you are talking like medical benefits and stuff, right? Anyway, um, but yeah, I'm gonna have a desk job again, but I'm gonna be talking like face to face to customers, which I'm really good at. Been doing it for over 25 years, so I better be good at it. And oh, yeah, that's the joke. That's like, wait, is that a joke? It's not a joke, but it is funny. What was I talking about? I know like what I was talking about. Well, why was I going down this route? Oh yeah, talking about falling on tough times. So yeah, it's been pretty rough, and I'm probably not going to get paid until the end of the month. I've got $400 to last me. 150 of that has to go to vehicle registration because my registration is up. I probably have a bill coming out from PlayStation for like 60, $70 soon. Not sure. I forget. And yeah. So that's like rough things financially. And then we also have some tough shit happening here at home too. Hey Shin, how's it going? Like in terms of living conditions, or like what's happening on the home front. So, me and my best friend Dom, we live together, and we share a house. He's got the upstairs, I have the downstairs. Red Show hit his shin, boom, and it's like, okay, so me and my buddy, we share a house, but there's always that third bedroom, and we try to get somebody to occupy that at all times. Well, a few years ago, we had his dad move in, so his dad lives with us, but it was like in early December that he was having some health problems, and so I took him to the ER, and they're like, "Oh, well, you're suffering from something that is life threatening. You need to stay here." And he's like, "Nope, I want to go." And I talked to him. I convinced him to stay. Well, things got worse, and so they had to sedate him. During the time that he was sedated, they ran some tests, found out some things were wrong. He had 2 strokes while he was at that hospital. Then they moved him to another facility an hour away. And then while he's out there, he's had a heart attack. He's not breathing on his own. And this is like this old guy. I've known him for the past or more than 20 years now. I've known him for like 25 years as well, since 2001 when I met my best friend. And bro, I started a bonfire and opened a beer. I got one for you. And then on top of that, um, one of his uncles out in New York just died the other night, like last night. He was in the hospital too. He was on a DNR, do not resuscitate, right? And I guess he was like having a heart attack or something while he was at the hospital. They resuscitated him anyway when they weren't supposed to. And so I guess like he wasn't breathing on his own either. So he wasn't expected to last the night, and he didn't. So my best friend probably has to drive out to New York this week to attend a funeral. Yeah. And it's like when that stuff affects him, it also affects me. And then I start thinking about my own mortality. And I think about how much time I have left and how little I've accomplished and how much that impacts me. It's like I haven't done anything. Like what I was put on this earth to do, I have not done. It's like really upsetting. So, yep. But hey, I got a new job, so I'm gonna do that starting tomorrow. Um, I should probably call it quits here in just a few minutes and get to bed. Oh, stop. How did the two thoughts correlate? Shouldn't they negate? Uh, doesn't help. So I'll let you guys in on a little secret about me. There's no accomplishments. We die. Yeah, but you die feeling accomplished, or you don't. Never compare yourself to others. Well, I'm not comparing myself to others. I'm comparing myself to myself. Yeah, don't do that, man. I think about death every night, and it's not a good thing, dude. It was a problem that I struggled with. So it was like back in 2018. That's when I was working at State Farm. I was State Farm Bank specifically. Is when I started having panic attacks and anxiety attacks, and it got pretty bad. So bad that I was being escorted out of the building on a stretcher by EMTs, and like I'd be at work and I'd be like crying my eyes out, running away, hiding in offices, and it was bad. And then I was admitted to a mental institution. Stayed there for a little while over Fourth of July weekend, or missed the Fourth of July weekend while I was there. Met a lot of strange people. Some of them didn't really need to be there. Don't know why they were there, but yeah, I was like looking for ways to end it, but I never could do it because I couldn't do it. I'd get really angry, but because I wasn't taking my frustrations out like a healthy person, I was bottling everything up, and then it was just turning to sadness, and then I was crying even more. Saw a psychiatrist, got the diagnoses like severe depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, stuff like that. Your typical stuff. But after a while, I got out, and then I went back in, got out again. But I'll tell you what I've told some others is that none of that stuff really affects me all that much anymore. Sure, there are times where like I fall into my slump and I start saying some petty shit, things that make me that things that make me feel sorry for myself. You know, things that you get tired of listening to people talk about. Like, come on, dude, shut the fuck up, right? And and my whole thing was like whenever I started feeling anxiety or depression, like you more than often I could just get over it by saying, you know what, this is stupid. Acting like this is stupid. Just move on, and then I do. Took me a long time to learn that. Say that. Shin, you say, I lost my mom in 2011 and my dad in 2023. It's easy to feel despair, but if I'm breathing, I must have something left to do. Yeah, man. If you're here, you still have something to do. You got to do it. You got a job to do. Red Show, you say, I was making a comeback playing pool and loving music as a DJ, and now I can't stand more than four people in a room. Yeah, I've said it before as well. Like, I am a I am really fucking lonely. I've got my friends, sure, but I'm a really lonely person. And there's like more than just one level to that. Like the more people I surround myself with, the lonelier I feel. And like the only time that I don't feel like that is when I'm at a place like Gen Con where I'm surrounded by 70,000 other nerds because we're all like-minded people. I could strike up a conversation with them, no problem. They'll know what I'm talking about. Um, but yeah, like if I'm in a crowded room, people talking to each other, I've got nothing to say. I just clam up. I turn into a wallflower. I want to get the fuck out of there, and I don't like it. Somebody starts giving me attention. I feel like it's out of character. I shouldn't talk. Just leave me alone. And then there's the whole like, well, I know there are people out there that are like me that like things that I like that I can easily get in touch with and talk to. But no, I mean they're just it's absurd, you know? Um it's a stupid thought to think that like anybody out there, any disembodied voice or text on the internet could have any meaningful impact to my life. No one's really gonna care. No one's gonna care about me. If I disappear tomorrow, everyone's gonna forget, right? Some people remember 2 days from then. Yeah, I'm in the past. So yeah, but feelings of loneliness and being 40 years old and wanting something your entire life and never getting it, like companionship. I always just wanted companionship. Sure, I got my friends. Like I live with my best friend and all, but he can't provide me the companionship that I'm looking for. And, and considering that I lived beyond half my life expectancy, like like it's really easy to think that it's too late, and that's when loneliness starts to crush you, starts to crush me, and it just turns me into a fucking bawling mess. Let's see. Sure. Shin, you said, I learned that pain is like a drug, a vicious circle that it's easy to stay in. Yeah, it is. I mean, once you have it, you hold on to it because at least you feel something. Reggio says, Shin, my mother is 79 now, and I dread the day she leaves. Yeah, my mom's getting there too. Like, I already lost my dad back in 2013. He was crushed to death at work by a forklift driver. So, I'm pretty certain my mom's not going to go out anyway like that, but it's certainly going to be like the worst day of my life because that woman is a saint. There's no worse feeling than being surrounded by people and still feeling alone. Yeah, man. It's fucking awful. It's so goddamn heartbreaking. Like, you think that you might find somebody that you can relate to. Nah. And when you do, well, in the end, everyone leaves. It's gone. Yeah, be absurd. Yeah, saying goes, being alone isn't bad. Being around people who make you feel alone is the worst. I didn't know that was a saying, but I guess it is. Yeah, normal is so overrated, you say, Shin. Yeah, Justin, as you say, we're all gonna die. Enjoy it while we're here. Asian massage parlors. Yeah, I don't have any near me, man. Just saying. Let's go on a vacay, bro. Some little South Asian country. Yeah, that'd be fucking great. Go to the Philippines. Hang out in those roads that are just filled with trash. It's always raining. But hey, they're having a good time. $10 goes a long way out there. Shit, I don't know if I can get my passport updated. Last time I had a passport was when I was 9 years old. And I still have it too. Little chubby TL. I look so funny. Got a really stupid looking haircut. My front teeth looked big because they were fake. Bro, just make sure they aren't the lady boys. So, I've got a funny story about that, which I will not tell you. I'll tell some of you in private. The exchange rate will get you a lot of massages. Yeah, it will. Question: do you have something that makes you feel excitement still? Uh, yes. That's all I'll say. Actually, I'll add to that. So the thing that I'm thinking of that gets me excitement, I'm not going to go into. But another thing that does like lean into that is people who are passionate about things that are relevant to me. So my last name is a translation of the word passion. I am a very passionate person. I'm very intensely passionate, not like just romantically passionate, but passionate about my hobbies, the things that I enjoy, things I know about. My cat is meowing at me. What's up? Come on. You want to come up here? Got a cup of water you can try to steal. How you doing? Waiting to go to bed? Speaking of water, let me. Oh, I'm out. I have no water. Can you get me water? No? You're just a kitty? Well, you can't have my cup. What was I saying? Yeah, Jesus, you're not suicidal, folks. Pull it back a step. That's right. I don't have suicidal tendencies. I have suicidal ideations. I'm always thinking about it. Never do it. My um my instinct for self-preservation highly, highly outweighs my drive to do anything awful to myself. I'll never attempt it, but it's always on my mind. I'll say that. Driving at high speeds, I see a tree on the side of the road. Guess what I'm thinking about? Not gonna do it. Coming over a bridge, there's train tracks below it. You know it's on my mind. Not gonna do it. Oh, that took a lot of convincing when I was in therapy. I'll say that. Not convincing me, convincing them. My last name is a translation of Irish jackass McMahon. Hmm. But I'm very passionate about the things that I enjoy, like games, movies, um, like games and game development, movies and movie development, and Godzilla. Kami-sama cannot end himself. So when somebody starts talking about games or movies and like behind the scenes stuff, like they know the names of actors and directors and producers and how a movie was made, or how a video game was made, or Godzilla, then I'm like, oh yeah, this is my conversation. That gets me excited. I can go to great lengths talking about that stuff. So I always find it really cool when somebody brings up in the chat, like, oh yeah, like this video game is known for blah blah blah. And then I'm like, yeah, did you know? And then I start listing out some like fun facts about things. You guys have seen me drop like fun fact a long time ago in Oki's chats. We need a Dragon Ball Godzilla crossover. That would be funny. I remember back in DBZ when it was first airing out here, and what is it? The Eternal Dragon was summoned on Earth, and some of the people in the city were like, "Oh my God, it's Godzilla!" And they're like, "No, it's not. They're fighting that guy downtown." Robert Rodriguez seems like someone that likes his craft. Yeah, dude, he is. Robert Rodriguez is fucking awesome. Yeah, talk about fishing for catfish and bass. Dude, I love fishing for bass. Whenever I catch a catfish, I throw them back. I don't trust the catfish in my area. 1996. Not sure what you mean by the year. But yeah, man, I love fishing for bass. At all times. No joke. At all times. Ever since I bought my new car last year in April, I have always kept my fishing equipment in the trunk of my car. I've got my backpack with all of my tackle in there. I've got 4 fishing rods. I've got my chair for sitting down and put my phone and a drink on. I've got a cooler for storing fish inside of. I've got my nets. I've got everything. Oh, DBZ came to America in '96. It came to America earlier than that, actually. Um, I believe DBZ was showing as early as 1992. Actually, it didn't pick up. Um, it didn't really come to prominence until '96 when they got a new studio to do the voices and such. And it was around that time when like Sailor Moon was also becoming popular out here that it became like the kids meal of anime, right? Boys had Dragon Ball Z, girls had Sailor Moon. Or if you were a high school, like before the word weeb came along, if you were a high school weeb, like me and my other buddies, you watched both. So you could talk about both. And hopefully talking about Sailor Moon could get you girls. Here, getting some messages. Let me take a look at these. And my cat is walking in front of everything again. Why are you being so catty? Come here. Stay right there. Yeah. Where the cat? Where are you going? Okay, well. Come here. You're going to step on the keyboard. What are you looking at? Sniffing a rubber band? You want the rubber band? Here. Here you go. She's crawling all over my desk because she wants to sniff a rubber band. Justin says, I'm going to coffee and get another pee. Maybe have a smoke. All right. You got to challenge me on DBZ? I mean, you could challenge me, but you'll probably win. Like, I don't remember DBZ as much, and I stopped watching during the Cell Saga because I got tired of it. Like, for me, Dragon Ball Z ends when Frieza dies and Namek blows up, as originally intended. And although I remember DBZ better than Dragon Ball, I like Dragon Ball more than DBZ because I prefer adventure over action. Shin saying he goes from Spy Kids to vampires, from Dusk Till Dawn to mariachis. Yeah, dude, that time of his life was fucking crazy. El Mariachi, and then going into Desperado, and then Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Fucking insane trilogy. And then yeah, like you said, he goes from well, Spy Kids came later, obviously, but I mean, you have El Mariachi, and then you have From Dusk Till Dawn with George Clooney and Tarantino. I like how that movie just like takes an odd turn where it's like it's not, or it doesn't start out about vampires. It just becomes a movie about vampires. Yeah, and then you're saying, or you rent Pink Pineapple anime movies. Giddy giddy. Slam saying, "Damn, simpler times. All girls now watch is Grey's Anatomy or or listen to true crime podcasts of the most heinous things you could think of. For real, for real, for real." Red Show saying, "Yeah, we watched OG Dragon Ball every night after shutting the pool hall down." Yeah, oh, regular Dragon Ball. I that's my favorite. Just little Goku. Just everyone's a little younger, but you got Kid Goku. You got Bulma and Yamcha hooking up and then getting upset with each other. That's one of the things I don't like about DBZ is how they did Yamcha dirty. Yamcha was always one of my favorites. From Dusk Till Dawn, based on true facts from Tijuana. Oh, like the whole massive vampire temple off the side of a cliff, disguised as a bar. Yeah, the Red Ribbon Army arc. Yeah. I love how, in the case of, what was it? What was his name? Boss, Boss Carrot or Boss Rabbit? I forget his name exactly. But he's like the one who's like, touch me, touch me. Because if you touch him, you turn into a carrot. And how Goku just like uses the power pole to shoot him to the moon. It's like, all right, well, he's living on the moon now. And then DBZ comes along. Piccolo identifies that the moon's the reason why Gohan is turning into the Ozaru. And then he blows up the moon. Well, I guess the rabbit's not there anymore. Daima got pretty close. Yeah, I haven't seen Daima. I haven't watched any of DBZ's Dragon Ball Super. DBZ Super, I haven't watched any of that. Or like or Kai, but I believe Kai is just like a retelling, isn't it? Like I didn't even dive into GT. My only experience with Dragon Ball GT was the video game, the fighting game on PS1. Let's see, where was I going? Oh yeah, I was talking about passion. So, yeah, those are things that I'm old pervert. Uh, old pervert over Japanese folklore, greater than Japanese folklore. Hey, Berta, I see you're back. Sniffing a box? Yeah. You want the rubber band? No. All right. She's not interested in the rubber band anymore. She wants to stand on a digital piano. You want to come here? There you go. You gonna play me a tune? What do you want to play, Berta? Hmm? What is what is on your mind? Are you playing them in song? That's my cat, by the way. Berta, Berta. Oh, where are you going? We were playing music together. That was your theme song, Berta. I wrote it for you. I forget how it goes. All right, enough of that. Cat farts, piano keys, artsy. Let's see. I've watched them all subbed and almost dubbed with Daima since they ain't through dubbing. Shin says, we're all getting old enough for qualifying for Japanese old perverts. Yeah. I wonder what the age qualification is. I'm at Dragon Ball altogether. That's a lot of episodes. Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Cat farts, piano keys, artsy. Daima's pretty decent, a cross between DBZ and GT. Yeah, like you see some things from GT carry over, like Little Goku, I guess, right? I forget, isn't he in Daima? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. I like grew out of a lot of anime. So like in the 90s, we had tons of OVAs. And OVAs are what I really like. But nowadays, because like anime had become so popular, now we're being shotgunned with so much low quality shit, and so much of it is just chock full of um like typical anime tropes and Japaneseisms or animeisms, I guess. I mean, it's fucking trope heaven, and I can't stand it. I liked it when there were more original ideas. Like my favorite anime of all time is Record of Lodoss War. We've got the whole set out in the other room on Blu-ray. Or at least the 12 episode OVA series is on Blu-ray, and then Chronicles of Heroic Knights all on DVD. But it's all part of the same collection. Um, let's see, Shin, you say Bubblegum Crisis, Bean Bandit, Project Echo, Tank Police, Vampire Hunter D, and don't forget like Gunsmith Cats. Can't forget them. Yeah, Tank Police, New Dominion Tank Police, or fuck. One of my favorite anime movies is Pat Labor 3. I love Pat Labor 3. Last anime I really got into was Outlaw Star. If you know how long ago that was, then it should tell you what I think of modern anime. Yeah, man. If that's the last one that you got into, searching for them galactic ley lines, yeah, that tells me something. Windaria, Captain Tsubasa, Saint Seiya, Gunsmith Cats. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that was a live action Saint Seiya movie that came out in theaters recently here in the last couple of years. Macross. Yep. One of the Macross movies just got like a 4K re release. But that's all. That's good stuff. I miss like 80s, 90s anime. Even some of the 70s stuff, like late 70s. I'd say like my favorite anime movie though is the 2004 Appleseed. That movie is fucking fantastic. Evangelion and Elfen Lied. Yeah, you're just gonna keep naming them, aren't you, dude? Oh, my cat's pressing buttons again. Stop it. She's rubbing her face against the keyboard. You silly kitty. Let me take this away from you. There you go. Now you have more space on the desk. Akira was the first I watched. Crazy. Dude, Akira was a lot of people's first. And that movie is incredible. Production quality of that movie is insane. Uh, Another anime movie that I like is Metropolis with the boy and the robot girl and that one song at the end. I can't stop loving you while the fucking tower they're on is like falling apart. And then during Oki's Tarkov stream this morning, I was playing one of the songs from the movie Steam Boy, which I also think is a great anime movie too. Oh yeah, Kira's very existential. Dude, I love me some Miyazaki. I do love me some like uh, Miyazaki Studio Ghibli movies. Castle in the Sky is my favorite Studio Ghibli movie. Sorry, Ghibli. It's technically pronounced Ghibli. Like first one that I ever saw was Kiki's Delivery Service. That came on TV. First one I ever rented was Princess Mononoke. First one I ever saw in theaters was Spirited Away. And the one I fell most in love with was Castle in the Sky. Studio Ghibli always makes you feel something. Yeah, man, they know exactly what they're doing. Studio Ghibli better than Disney. Koma says, "Oh wait, I told you wrong. I did get into Dota Dragon's Blood and Blood of Zeus on Netflix, but I wouldn't really count those as anime. I wouldn't count them as anime either, just like how I don't actually count Avatar: The Last Airbender as anime. It's still American. I think in order to be anime, you can't just make it look anime. It has to be from Japan. Now, I don't just mean animated by a Japanese team. If that was the case, then by definition, like fucking the 1980s Ghostbusters cartoon would be anime. That's not the case. Um, but yeah, like I don't consider those anime. Justin, you say, TL, I just want to point out that millionaire, multi Super Bowl winning champion, 44-year-old who looks 35 can't keep his wife from divorcing him. Well, yeah, when you make millions of dollars, like you're going to attract a woman who's going to divorce you for half your earnings. That's just how it is. You have to like change your identity wherever you go. And if you're looking for somebody, you got to look for somebody who's never heard of you, who can't identify your face. Shin says Kiki's Delivery Service is my wife's favorite. Yeah, man. Like I said, it was my first. That was the first one I ever saw. I didn't watch like Nausicaa until much later. I didn't see Nausicaa until after I saw Spirited Away. Oh, she didn't get shit. Good. Sign that prenup. Yeah. Avatar is not anime, but it's special. The older I get, the more I want to be like Uncle Iroh. Dude, everybody wants to become Uncle Iroh. Maybe not as chubby as him, but definitely as wise and kind as he. Such a great character. The first time you ever see him like get attacked by lightning and then he just channels it through his body and then points his fingers in the other direction and just lets it go right through him, but it like electrocutes the shit out of him when that happens. That look on his face after he gets all charred up from it. Avatar: Last Airbender was such a Avatar is just a freaking amazing show. Ah, it's gonna be a long time until we have something like as good as that out here. I think we're trying, but we're just not getting there. We're not. We're not. We're not striking gold twice. If everyone had an uncle like that, the world would be a better place. Yeah, it would. Yeah. It is more than an hour after the time frame that I wanted to get off of here, so I'm going to sign off. And I will catch you guys. I don't know when. No idea. I mean, I could very easily just keep doing this each night, but I don't know if I'm going to have like the energy or drive to do so. But I'll always be around, sort of. It's not just not before 6 o'clock. I'll say that. But yeah, there's this is where I get off. This is my stop. You guys keep going, have fun, and catch you at the next station. Later.